Grand Rising. It is February 26th, 2023. It is a Sunday, and your card of the day is number 12, and it is the Slump. Reversal, waiting, sacrifice, surrendering for the time being, and accepting own flaws. Traditional title is the Hangman, and the planetary link is Neptune. 1. There is everything to hope for and nothing to fear. 2. Defeats do not disturb one's sleep. 3. An occasional victory is a surprise and a delight. 4. There is no danger of any club passing away or passing you. You are not asked 50 times a day, what was the score? People take it for granted that you lost. Elmer E. Bates on the advantage of rooting for a losing team. One of baseball's most dreaded experiences is the prolonged drought, when a player or an entire team hits the skids in 3 or 4 consecutive games. The sports writers, fans, and even players start uttering the S word, slump. The hitter who suddenly can't seem to get enough wood on the ball, whose hits are scarce and run production is failing miserably in the classic example of a slump. But no one is safe. A suddenly error-prone fielder, a pitcher who is wild and missing the strike zone, an entire team that can't seem to get out of the doldrums. To be in a slump is to feel lost, in suspension, animation, weak, vulnerable, and rudderless. While slump conveys the idea of a reversal of fortune and experiencing feelings of martyrdom and self-sacrifice, there are benefits to be gained. The astute and contemplative player, while down and demoralized, may begin to understand what was going wrong. There is the comforting realization that there's no way to go but up. So with renewed dedication, hard work, and help from coaches, that's the direction in which the player heads. When this card appears in a reading, you are probably in a rut, experiencing self-doubts or a wave of depression, confronting difficulties that just won't go away. Perhaps you're a student whose personal problems are creating excessive worry, interfering with a solid education, or a business leader whose company falls on bad times and just can't turn a profit, or a loved one perplexed and distraught by a partner's behavior, waiting anxiously for a change of attitude. Anyone trapped, stifled, thoroughly confused, in limbo and feeling blue or overwhelmed by circumstances will identify with the slump card. And it is precisely that conscious recognition of one's plight that can lead the individual out of a current slump. When this card appears, it is important for you to examine your beliefs, your philosophy of life. Where do you fall short? What are your weaknesses, bad habits, character flaws? Everything is up for review and nothing is sacred right now. You have to look at yourself honestly without flinching and know there is a way out of the morass. Make sure you are not simply making yourself into a willing victim, martyr, or sacrificial lamb for some unconscious reason. Slump is not pleasant to experience or behold, but it can be an eye-opener about the most stubborn faults and deepest fears. It's a critical stage in the learning cycle, a phase of facing one's shadows. The good news is that slump implies a temporary condition, a hard time between periods of well-being and success. Grasp the lesson at the slump's core, and you will be well on your way to recovery.